that's a head nod.
We're up.
This is Jeff Lichtenstein, the president and owner of Echo Fine Properties, and welcome. We've got 4 open houses for you today. I'm going to be showing you something over in PGA National in a little bit. Sylvia Isaacs is here with us today. Sylvia is going to be in Alton. Rob Moore, you can see on our bottom left. Rob's our social media director, and Victoria Lorusso. Victoria, where are you at today?
I'm in Eastpointe.
You're in Eastpointe. So we got a little bit of all Palm Beach Gardens today. So let's start out with Sylvia. Sylvia, go ahead.
Hi there. Welcome. So I'm going to be showing you my listing in Alton. It's a townhome. It's a Town B model. They have 2 floor plans in the townhomes. This is the slightly smaller one. It's 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2148 under air. It has a 2-car garage. So this is the front entrance, and it's an end unit, which is very desirable because there's obviously just one neighbor, but also more windows. And I'll show you when I show you the patio how it affects the patio space. So there is the rear entry. They've got alleys in the rear, and then that's where you enter the 2-car garage. So it's a 3-story townhome. This one is loaded with upgrades. It was just built in 2019, so it's like new. It's immaculate. So this is the first level, and you enter. This is kind of a flex space den area. Some units have a 4th bedroom downstairs, but they decided to keep it as more of a den unit. So California Closets did the cabinets right there below the TV. They have beautiful porcelain tile floors. Also on this first floor is a full bath. And in all the bathrooms and the kitchen, this property has very highly upgraded quartz countertops, as well as the cabinetry, all soft close. And then they framed out all the mirrors, as you can see in this downstairs bathroom. And they've got a frameless glass door shower. They took the porcelain tile all the way to the ceiling. So no detail was missed. All upgrades were chosen. So you head up to the 2nd floor. It's a very open floor plan. So the owner did a lot of beautiful touches in terms of the light fixtures. All the ceiling fans are Minka Air with the wall remote, upgraded paint. So here's the living room. Another view of that. It has access to the balcony outside. Really cool modern ceiling fan. Another view, there's the kitchen. And here's a powder room. So there's a nice powder room that's been upgraded with some pretty wallpaper, brass hardware, and mirror. So there's the kitchen. They did a great job, I think, with the kitchen. They did the mitered edge countertop quartz, so it has a very thick edge, white shaker cabinets, what everyone's looking for, all soft close, a nice subway glass tile backsplash, a nice vent hood as well, stainless steel appliances. And it's a pretty large island. You can see a lot of people around it. Lots of hi-hats, recessed lights. So here's the balcony. What's awesome about the end units is when you're out on the balcony, you've got one, open wall, where if you're in an interior unit, you've got, 2 concrete walls on either side. So it gives you a very open feeling. And at Alton, they allow gas grills on your balcony. So you're not relegated to electric grills only. And what I really love about this location is it's in a location in the neighborhood where you don't hear road noise. You have some really nice single family homes adjacent to you. So it's a really premium area in the neighborhood, and it's pretty close to Alton Town Center. Jeff, have you been to Alton Town Center yet?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love all the, I think it's the best shopping around. I think the way it's designed is probably the best flow of any neighborhood or anything in all of Jupiter Gardens or that northern part of the Palm Beaches. I just love the way it flows and everything's easy to get to. It feels like a real town.
Absolutely. I think it's got a great energy. It's got, more contemporary city-like vibe to it. I love all the restaurants that they've chosen. Okay, so here's another view of the balcony. All impact glass. Coulter is the builder. They're very energy efficient in terms of their building material. It's a natural gas community also, so you've got natural gas for your cooktop, your water heater, your clothes dryer. So here's the master. It's quite large and spacious. They have Hunter Douglas shades for all the windows, even the window in the stairwell. It's all thought out. When you build new construction with the builder, people tend to forget all the things that you need to do after closing. You have to, add all the window treatments, all the light fixtures, the wallpaper, the backsplashes. Sometimes you want to upgrade plumbing fixtures, things like that. So here's the master bath. It has a nice walk-in shower with dual shower heads. Again, really nice countertops. There's a makeup area, separate water closet, and the mirrors are framed out. There's 2 really nice walk-in closets. Again, they had California closets. Do all the closets. Are no wire shelving units in the entire home. So in the linen closets, in the laundry room, the pantry, everything's solid wood and custom built. And I like the brass finishes. There's one of the guest rooms. And both the guest rooms upstairs are pretty similar in size. And here's the guest bathroom. You can't see it, but they had really beautiful tile picked out in the shower. And this is an aerial view of the community center, which is amazing. They have so much to offer right there. There's a beautiful resort-like pool. Actually, it's kind of like having 2 or 3 pools. It's really expanded. Beautiful palm trees all around. There's volleyball, cabanas, pickleball, tennis, an amazing community room. Here, I think it's just the lobby. They've got a property manager on site. There's ping pong, little bar area if you want to throw a party. So the outdoor space is very spacious and a great place to bring your friends and family. Ping pong, and a really nice fitness center. So in addition to the gym where they have all the equipment, they have a special room where you can, I guess I don't have it, go and take Peloton style classes. So they've got the spin bikes, and you just choose on the little panel on the wall what class you want to take. This is 3027 Franklin Place. It's listed for $579,000. Again, it's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2148 square feet under air.
Awesome. So do you want to look at any part of the video as well?
Sure. We can show some more footage of the community center.
Yeah, and I think one of the nice things that you were talking about earlier too with new construction is when you have new construction, all your costs are totally predictable. So you don't have any surprise costs probably for the next 7, 8 years in terms of air conditioning and water heaters and other types of, expenses that when you're buying a resale.
There's a kids area. It's a gorgeous unit. It's all done. It is truly move-in ready. The next owner does not have to do one thing. All the details have been taken care of for you.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's go from there. Sylvia, what is your contact information? Somebody wants to get in touch with you to take a look.
My phone number is 561-371-6610. Email is sylvia@echofineproperties.com.
All right. Well, Sylvia's got a full day of showing, so let's let her go and let's run out to Victoria Lorusso. So Victoria, you're out in Eastpointe, so tell us all about it.
Hi, yes, I'm at this beautiful home on Eastpointe Pine Street. There it is. This home is actually kind of deceiving. It doesn't look like much from the outside, but it is almost 2,800 square feet. And it has 3 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms, and it's been updated, which is really nice. It's got an open floor plan. This is the living room, one view of it. And the bedrooms are in 3 different corners. There's one bedroom behind that wall there. There's another one, let's see, that side, and then there's another one to the back of the house. So it's nice to have the separation of the bedrooms. Here's another view of the kitchen. The kitchen is open to the, a view of the living room. The living room is open to the kitchen, and it's got loads of cabinetry. And the house overall has great closet space too. But if you like to cook, this is a cook's kitchen. You've got so much counter space. Excuse me, frog in my throat. There's a wine cooler there that you see. And again, but nice and open to that living room. Here's another angle of the kitchen. Great space. The room beyond there is the dining room, and then there's a family room that you see beyond that as well. Here's another view of the kitchen for you. So again, fabulous counter space. If you're a baker, cook, whatever, you can, or a partier, you can set up for buffets. It's great space. And as well, the dining room is quite large. This is set up for a table for 8, but you could easily set up for a table for 12, regular full time. That's how much room there is in this room. So plenty of room. This room flows into the family room, which is a really kind of cool room. It's not one I've seen before. If you notice the detail in the ceiling, there are 2 fans in there. There are 4 skylights. And by the way, this home has all impact glass. So no worrying about putting up shutters or closing shutters or anything like that. This is all impact glass. And those are triple sliders across the back, and they slide into each other for 2/3 of an opening, which is really quite nice. The room right there is one of the bedrooms I talked about being in the back corner. That is the bath entrance there, and then the bedroom is behind that. Let's step outside real quick. It's got a really lovely patio. It's a marble patio, and you can notice that the backyard is pretty private. A lot of pretty flowering trees, and you're kind of buffered with hedges from the neighbor as well. So you're not even seeing your neighbors, which is great. Here you go, looking back at the home on Eastpointe. Nice yard area. Room for a small pool, nothing big. If you shorten the terrace, you could get something a little bigger. But in that space right there, there's extra land there that you could maybe do a kidney-shaped pool if you wanted to. You've got options, which is nice. So that bath that I pointed to out of that family room, this is the bath. You can see it's nice, updated, kind of a cool stone sink there. And adjacent to that is this bedroom, which is quite a large bedroom. There's a closet over here, and on this wall here, there are 2 sets of double closets. So you have 3 double closets in this room. Again, loads of space. If we go back towards the front of the house, we'll enter the master bedroom. And it has cherry wood floors. Very nice. And here is the master bath. Frameless shower, double vanity. There is a walk-in closet. Let's see, I think my finger pointing right through the master bath. And in addition, in the master, there are 2 additional closets. So you're covered on closet space. No problem. So we go back towards the front of the house, where when I was in the living room, I mentioned there was a bedroom behind me. Well, here's this bedroom. Very nice and spacious. It also has a walk-in closet, too. And it's adjacent to its own full bath as well. Really get great space in this house. It's on for $549.9, and I'd love to show it to you. And as well, you should understand what Eastpointe has to offer. Eastpointe is located ideally right off 95, just west of it. And we're close to all the other clubs and the shopping and dining, and the beach is only 9 minutes away. The airport is 12 minutes away, which is fantastic. And the club itself is very nice. They have all kinds of events that they do. This is the foyer, which was just done in August last year, which is quite nice. And then what's especially exciting is what we're calling the new lifestyle center that's coming. And this home, by the way, is walking distance to the lifestyle center. So you really don't need to put in a pool if you don't want it. But you can see it'll have, there is the aquatics pool. And then you have the other one will have a beach entry. Up here is the gym. It's a 7,000 square foot gym. And over here is the restaurant, bar, sports bar, poolside dining. It would be fabulous. There will also be a fire pit and a hot tub. Actually, the hot tub is right over there in that corner there. So overall, 14,000 square feet being built. We're hoping to open January 22. Very excited about it. There is no assessment for this, none. So they're paying for it by selling off one of the driving ranges, which is no longer needed, and 75 new homes will be built there. Excited about those. Those will be starting probably around 750 and going on up from there. And they will probably be going up around the same time as this clubhouse is going up. So very exciting. But overall, Jeff, if you want to roll the video for...
Yeah, I will. By the way, that's the best drive of all time to get all that for free clubhouse. So
it sure is.
Not a bad drive.
No, everybody is super excited. As a matter of fact, we're seeing the real estate values skyrocket because people are so excited about it. And it's actually in a good school district. So there's about 170 kids that live here. And so we got young families, very diverse group of ages here. And the golf courses are a big attraction. There are 2 Fazio designed golf courses. They're great to play. They're very different. The East course has wider, longer fairways, and the West course has shorter, narrower fairways with more water hazards. And as a matter of fact, we redid 3 of the holes, and they are fantastic. I have not heard a single complaint. Everybody's loving them, and I'm playing it this afternoon. So the homes in Eastpointe range from small condos up to almost 4,000 square foot homes, and assortment. They stay about under $1 million, but they go from a small house that needs to be redone around 300 on up to around 800,000-900,000. Yeah, in addition, you have that other clubhouse I mentioned. They also have a lot of clubs within the club, typical of any club, where you have photography and a book club and things like that. Great chef, so nice dining that we have. And of course, that's going to be expanded big time with the new clubhouse. There's pickleball. There's a playground that was built last year, both a combination for the children that live here and the young grandparents that are moving in, which is exciting. So there's something to do. Oh, and the tennis program. We've got tennis too for anybody who's into tennis, and there already is currently a fitness center. It's a little bit small, but it does the job for most of us, and we have a great time here. Great diverse group of people.
The cost is incredible. Go through the cost because it's almost, even if you want to take a social membership, it's almost a non, it's so cheap. It's almost a not thought.
Yeah, your minimum entry into Eastpointe is $4,000 per year for your social membership, which is pretty incredible when you get to partake in all the activities that they have going on, the tennis, the pickleball, the pools. That's pretty darn good, and it's a good time. Golf, the initiation for golf is only $7,500. I mean, when you look at the other area clubs where they're $130,000 plus, $7,500 is nothing. And then the fees, annual fees, are very, very reasonable as well. And they also have a junior executive program for families that are under 40. It's almost like getting golf for free. It's pretty darn good. Very, very reasonable. It's kind of an everyman's club or woman.
So Victoria, what's the best way to get in touch with you to take a look at Eastpointe or the water or any of the areas that we have? You
can reach me at Victoria at Eastpointe Properties, or you can catch me on my cell at 561-531-4977.
All right. Well, thank you, Victoria. So we're going to run out now to PGA National, which isn't very far from Eastpointe. PGA is in between. It's off of PGA Boulevard on the north side, and then it goes all the way to the North Lake on the southern side in Palm Beach Gardens. So the home I'm at today is 196 Thornton Drive. Thornton is in Preston. Preston's one of 43 different subdivisions in PGA National. It's a gated community within there. This is it's got a really nice land to it, and the view is just incredible. You're looking over a lake, and it has a southern exposure. If you're in Florida, southern exposure is really the most ideal exposure because you're getting so much light throughout the day. So the house gives you that open light and spacious feel. The eastern exposure is, gets the most amount of light in a home in the morning, and then throughout the day as the sun moves, you're bringing in that light, and your pool is all lit up. And then as you look to the west, you get those beautiful sunsets. So this one has a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of the front entrance of the home. Roof in here, which is a big cost, has been replaced as well. This is a little over 2,600 square feet under air. Everything's been remodeled in here, from the floors to the kitchen to you name it. So when you walk in, you've just got this beautiful large tile floors, windows that go right to that southern exposure that we're talking about, and then the kitchen's got a lot of ceiling above that you can see that's just wide open, lots of pantry space as well. Here's another view, and this is from the dining room. Beautiful arched, wide windows, wide open. It's more casual, open dining, and that's what we see, more when we're in Florida. Think about your lifestyle as you're adjusting, especially if you're moving, from out of state. Kitchen's been completely redone, all quartz, countertops, the wood-like cabinets, and then just opens up right into the family room. All the appliances have also been done. You can see there, stainless steel appliances throughout. So that here's another view of the kitchen. A lot of counter space too. So great for entertaining and social gatherings. This is right off of the kitchen, and that's your family room. Again, carrying with the arched open window. So what you're doing in here is you're bringing in all the outdoors into, and you're looking at it from the inside. Part of good design is making sure you're bringing the outside in and all that landscaping on the outside in. So this is a very important room. And then you've got this area, the sliders open up, and you can kind of see where the breakfast area also opens up. So just windows galore, throughout here. Another good shot that you can see. Here's your master bedroom. Marble floors, open sliders, goes right over to a covered loggia, beautiful volume, ceilings. In here, master bathroom has been totally redone and decked out. So good space in your master bedroom. And then there's 3 guest bedrooms in here, 4 bedrooms altogether. That's guest bedroom number 2, guest bedroom number 3, and then guest bedroom number 4. So it's really nice, easy floor plan. And then there's a great look at night. We do night photos, real night shots for each home that we put under contract and list. So there's the pool, and it really has everything. And then there's your gorgeous sunsets. Every day there's a different sunset in Florida. We look out to the west for our home, and you have south and western exposure. You really get to take advantage of this type of thing. It's our sunsets are just beautiful in Florida, and we're noted for that. So let's go from here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about PGA National, and so this is PGA. You can see. Hey, Rob, is the spotlight on there right now?
No. There you go.
Okay, good. So yeah, it's on.
Oh no, it's not.
Well, I think it's on me.
Yeah, it's on your spotlight. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
There you go. Okay, thanks. So that's actually looking a little bit at PGA from an aerial. PGA has a total of 43 different subdivisions. There's 4,961 homes altogether. So it's just a mammoth development. And each one's a little different. There's a shot you can see of the health club. The health club's a little over 32,000 square feet, indoor and outdoor pools. There's 22 tennis courts. There's 2 pickleball courts that you see, basketball, just a little bit of everything, right there in the club. And it's owned by the resort. So the resort itself has 4 different restaurants in it. And then there's a members only clubhouse. There's 7 different, the spa's famous. There's 7 different waters of the world. You don't have to join the club. It's not attached to membership at all. So even if you join the club, you don't have to sell it with your membership, but it's there, and you can use the club if you belong as a member, and you get discounts throughout the resort. You can use the resort pool. I'd say about a quarter of the people do belong, to the club in there. The golf is fabulous. There's 4 golf courses in there. They play the Honda Classic there every year. That's the championship golf course. There's been a Ryder Cup there in 1983, and then there's one course off as well. There's all these jogging and biking trails throughout all the perimeter of PGA. So you see people all the time that are just throughout enjoying PGA throughout the day. The subdivisions that I was talking about, the 43 different subdivisions, they all vary. So the one that I was just at in Preston, that's a gated custom home. Lot sizes go from a third to over half an acre in Preston. And then there's 5 other custom home subdivisions. And then the other ones are 0 lot line homes. There's 9 in a gated community called Eagleton that go anywhere from about 1,600 square feet to about 4,000 square feet. And those will take more of they'll take care of your cable, your landscaping. Some of them, they'll paint the homes for you, pressure clean, the whole 9 yards. There's a community pool and virtually everyone. This is a community called Ville d'Est, which is a Italian-inspired Mediterranean type of a community that's really pretty. This is back over to Preston, where we're at. So PGA just has a lot to offer. The fees for any home in PGA, it's $700 a year, $740, I should say. That pays for 3 different entrance ways. There's 4 different gates, all the landscaping. There's parks and preserve areas that are throughout there. Then you'll get gated security throughout you get roving security 24 hours a day throughout all of PGA, and the grounds are just impeccable. That's a good shot of the resort, and you can see the pool there, right at the resort. So that gives you a little bit of information on PGA. Prices go from anywhere from $200,000 to into the millions. The one that we were at was $774,000. So to reach me, you can see my information below. It's at 561-346-8383. Or you can email me at jeff@echofineproperties.com. So Rob, what else do we have going on today?
So for today we're going to, yesterday I played some of the community videos that we've done for all the country club communities in our area, and a outlook on our whole Northern Palm Beach area. So we're going to let the folks see some of those country club communities that we have in our area, along with just the area in general. So if you have friends or family like I do that live up north, I love to share those type of things, and I try to get their butts in motion and try to get them to move south. So some great clubs, Jeff, as you know. I mean, from PGA National to Mirasol to Bears Club. I mean, so many country club communities. And then just so much to do in this area, like we've talked about in the past. An active lifestyle is what I call it. You can be outside. You can be kayaking. You can go to the beach, the restaurants, the shops. I mean, it's endless.
Well, we've seen I wrote a blog, today. It's called Seller's Market, and that's really what it is. And the reason is we just check so many boxes, especially with what's going on in the world right now. But people are finding that they can live at home, and that's a major box where they maybe couldn't have moved over here, but now they can, and they're finding that they can work remotely. The cost of living in here is much less expensive than some of the urban areas up north. Our tax system, we're at 0% income taxes. You kind of can't beat that. But we're up north, and there's a lot of money owed in pensions and all sorts of other costs. You're anywhere from 8 to 13%, where we're at 0. So that's a major savings. Our density is much lower than the up north or Midwestern areas. So and people are really enjoying that right now, especially during what we're going through in the pandemic. The humidity is better as well. So there's just so many different reasons why we're doing well in our area, and we're seeing a major uptick in movement here. And our supply isn't what people remember the 06 to 12 market. That was an extra amount of supply. We had somewhere around 36,000 homes on the market at one time. Right now there's 12,000 homes, but we don't have any of that excess speculatory inventory. So our area it's moving everything in all price ranges. We've done two $4 million deals in the last 2 weeks, and everything else that's in between. And I think it's because we're hitting all these different boxes, and there's just a migration that's really speeded up of people moving here. And then we have all the waterways, and from boating to kayaking to golf, tennis, the ocean. We're 15 minutes to the airport. We've got all the shopping here, all the culture between the Kravis Center and the malls, and all that infrastructure where people know at this point they have a relative who's up north or friends. That's been built up over the last 20, 30 years. And so it's really a hub to come down here. And we're below the freezing line. Once you get north of here and go more into that Port St. Lucie Stort market, you're pretty far from the airport, and then it starts to get colder. When you get to Orlando or into the Panhandle, you can see 10 to 20 different 20-degree temperature differentials in there.
Jeff, what would you say to someone maybe watching that is thought about selling their home, but they don't know if it's the right time? I asked a few other, you're the boss, so what do you think when it comes to that? Is this the time? If you're thinking about selling, I mean, with the whole market that we're in, what would be your message?
Are you talking about if you're up north right now?
No. If you live down here and you're thinking about selling your home,
I think we are in a very oddball spot in the country, and sometimes you get, like, if you think about New York City, and people are like, you pay through the nose in New York City, so you get an 800 or 1,000 square foot studio apartment, you're paying the millions or whatever, and it becomes location. And so go to New York for a minute, and why are people in there? Well, it's been an international hub forever, as a financial center, as a culture center, as things to do, nightlife, all sorts of different things. But a lot of it's awful. I mean, people are taking the subway to get there, and they're in crowded situations, and they're not getting really much value per square foot. If anything, it's awful. But the reason why the values are, I've always contended that it was worth it, because you are paying for that. And priorities, shift. And I think as we've went through a pandemic, people are valuing lifestyle, they're valuing open space, they're valuing cost of living. And if they don't have to go through all that, they're valuing just the amount. I was talking to a friend the other day, and there's rioting that's going on here. And, in Jupiter, we don't have that density for it. We have protests, but it's a different style of open living, and it's more suburban type of living in a lot of ways. We have a downtown West Palm Beach that's pretty close, but we're more spread out, and it's more of a different lifestyle. And people are looking at that lifestyle right now. They're also looking at cost of living. And so people, whether they're moving out of Chicago, New York, Boston, and going more to a suburban location within those areas, or here, you can save so much money to your bottom line by living here and live for much less. And it's always been, I can't go there because of my job situation. And now you can in a lot of different industries. So there's such a movement. We have such a backlog of people looking to get down here. I'm saying the summer is now season, because everything's upside down. I wrote up, because of that old Seinfeld thing, up is down, left is right, or whatever it is. And we're in that situation right now where we're really busy, but it's not a traditional busy. A summer busy is more family oriented, or people relocating here that are just typical. It's an out of control movement. So I think that you'll see, if you're in a northern location, you may see price values really take a hit. But in our area, I don't think so. I think the whole migration has completely sped up, and it's changed dramatically. I mean, everything can change depending on what the economics are. But I think we're carved out. And maybe in the Miami and the Fort Lauderdale area is going to get hit harder because it's so urban. And we've seen movement. Actually, we did a large rental the other day from a family in Fort Lauderdale who wanted to move and get out of there. We've seen movement from somebody from Miami who didn't want to be in that environment. So I think that it depends on what locale you are, and all sorts of things that within those unique. It could vary wildly depending on region.
And people always ask me, from my friends up north, that have maybe never been down to this area, where is West Palm Beach and Palm Beach Gardens? And the way I describe it to them is, we're only an hour and a half, depending on how fast you drive, of course, to Miami. 2.5 hours to Disney, to Orlando. 3 hours across.
You drive slow.
Then I am a grandpa driver. And three hours across to Tampa, and then you have the Florida Keys. So even in that sense, we're so centrally located that it's easy to get if you want to go down to see a Heat game, or if you want to, head to the West Coast.
I know for me, we've been down here 20 years. We moved down from Chicago in 2000. So we've probably taken 20 different vacations within Florida. Like we did a long weekend at the Fontainebleau, and did it's like pool party fun stuff and people watching. We've done the Miami, go to a Paul McCartney, Elton John, concert and stay over, or a Heat game and you staying within Miami. We've done different parts of the Keys. Key Largo is very different than Key West. Mm-hmm. We've done the Naples area. We've done Captiva. We've went to the whole Tampa Bay and then Sarasota area in the Square, which is very different. You go down to Orlando. There's we had we first came down and we had a Disney ticket. I think we went there. Sam loved it, and we went there. It was like every 3 weeks. That was his haircut spot too. There's Universal and all that, and then there's different places to visit, whether it's the Kennedy Space Center or you have all the springs in Orlando that you never think about. Then there's things on the coast to do, and little things within the area that you're not even aware of, like the John Foster Bridge. If you want to go Phil Foster Bridge and go scuba diving, if you can go into Jacksonville and the coast over there. We've done a long vacation there. Then there's St. Augustine. We're not far away from
Cape Canaveral,
from Charleston, Savannah. We did a road trip. The Panhandle's a whole different visit, which is really cool. We did a road trip once where we went to New Orleans, and we did the whole drive, and we stopped in the Panhandle and a few things along the way. And on the way back, spent a long weekend in Tampa Bay. We did it over a winter break. And you realize how much colder it is actually up north than it is there in the Panhandle. It was like an 18, 20 degree differential. Same with Tampa Bay. There's huge differences. But all that's it's the most diverse state. And you go to the Keys, that's a whole different world and a different country than it is, in our area or Miami. They're different places. Really neat state.
And I think that's a big thing, because you think about it, and the famous saying always is, we live where people vacation, right? And it's true. And there's so much to do, and you don't have to break your wallet either. I mean, last weekend, I got 2 kayaks and took the kids out, Millie out. We went on Singer Island and we kayaked around Munyon Island. I knew what Munyon Island was.
I've never was Munyon Island. I never know about it.
Munyon Island's right off of Singer Island. You basically park your car as you go over PGA Boulevard and you're heading to Singer Island. You'll see people fishing, and it's right past John D. MacArthur State Park. And we launched our kayaks and we went through Munyon Island, through the mangroves, which, oh my God, amazing. The wildlife you see. I saw a stingray in the water. And Munyon Island, and don't quote me on this, so if there's any history buffs out there watching, please don't quote me on this. I believe Munyon Island used to be a spot years ago where the ultra-rich used to come, and there was a hotel that sat on the water. And they used to get by boat out to this hotel that sat on the water. And I don't know if it caught fire or something.
Weren't the Kennedys here? Was that on Peanut Island or something? Island, they had like a bunker or something?
Yeah, JFK's bunkers on Peanut Island. I don't know if they still do tours of that. They used to do tours of that.
We've kayaked over there. It's amazing. And we'll just go snorkeling in an area, that's free. We'll do, I'll go snorkeling over in Jupiter Island at Coral Cove Park. And you dive in 20 feet and you see whatever. So there's all sorts of, or go play tennis. You can do anything for really low cost. It's really. By the way, we got a comment from Rosemary Moore. I wonder who that is.
My mom.
And she says wants to move, but your father won't move. I keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let him ice scrape a little bit over the winter. My kids have no idea what an ice scraper is.
My dad is stubborn.
But she says, what about senior living communities for lower income? There's all sorts of places that are below, a couple $100,000 that are in there. I mean, just all over Florida, but specifically in our area. that there's there. And some of that are, senior living, or there's places a little place that we live right in Jupiter called Indian Creek. There's 888 homes. There's 13 different subdivisions in there. They have some 55 and over communities. Half of them are on the golf course. Me and my wife were just walking by there, through them the other day, and those get into really great areas, great, living, and really, affordable type of living. So they're all over the place, depending on what you're looking for and things to do. And everybody, we have a big 55 and over population. At that point, everybody's also at a different period in life. So everybody's looking to make friends, go out, take it a little bit slower. And you're in shorts in January. It's an amazing lifestyle. Get him on the phone. We'll get him over here.
My dad's a tough cookie. He's hard. Yeah, I've been trying to.
What does he like to ice scrape?
I don't know. I've been trying. He likes to fish, so I tried to tell him to come down here and we'll get him.
Why does he go ice fishing?
Well, no, he does not. He's actually a land surveyor, so he surveys, and in the wintertime, they don't do much surveying because of the snow and all that. But
you got to have gloves on, and there's slush.
That's
why would you want?
That's the old coal miner in him, I guess.
Yeah,
coal mining.
And maybe he likes paying the taxes. I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, there's so much, like you said, Jeff. I mean, there's just it's incredible, and I think this whole coronavirus, it's been bad, and people have lost jobs, and I'm not saying it's a good thing by any means, but it's made myself just appreciate where I live. I always knew where I lived was special, and there's so much to do, and to raise a family here, coming from where I came from. Every place on this earth has a special piece of it, right? Something that you just overlook, because I was born and raised in Northeast PA, and there were mountains all around me. And every time I go home now, I see the mountains, but I lived there and I never saw them before, even though they were right in front of my eyes.
I'm from Chicago, and we took my kids there years back to do it, and we stayed downtown and we did the architectural tour. I live 2 minutes from there, and I never did that. So there's different things, but growing up there in the wintertime, there just is not a lot to do. It's an indoor thing. You go to a Bears game and you put on 3 to 4 layers of long underwear, and and you've got the little hat with the little thing on it. Kids would have no idea what that is, and your ears are freezing, and your nose hairs freeze, and then you're going to the chiropractor after shoveling. A wonderful lifestyle. It is,
but it's down here. There's just, even like I said, from this virus, just seeing, you talked about it, seeing nature. You never realize the birds that are outside. I have a cardinal that's in my yard every day. I know the cardinal. My mom will probably comment on this. I know the cardinal's call, I guess you can call it, because my mom taught me some of these bird calls growing up. So every time I hear the cardinal, I know it's the cardinal. It's out on my fence. We've got blue jays.
We have two. What is the blue jay call?
I don't know, but blue jays are mean, man. They like to chase other birds away, and they fight with each other. I'm not a blue jay fan.
We have 2 of them that just came, and they've been here now for about 6 weeks. And they're just there's 2 of them together. They're always either in the front or the back.
They travel in packs, I think. Those
yeah.
birds.
We have a lot of butterflies, and I just planted some things specifically for butterflies. Those are things that we get here on a year-round basis that you don't really, we're talking about that, but you don't get that type of thing. I live off of a lake in our backyard. There's every kind of bird that you could, that you could imagine that comes, at night, and turtles, and really just cool. The nature here is very different than it is, up north. We appreciate, nature, here.
And that would be my challenge to anyone watching is, we live in such a crazy world right now with a lot of different things going on between pandemic and, rioting and everything that's going on. Just take a minute, step outside, don't talk, take a deep breath, and just look around and enjoy, because what we have in our own backyard is just incredible. Just go out your back door and just breathe in the air and look to the sky and just see what's around you and appreciate it. That's all I'm going to say.
I've done some days where I just say I go, there's stay vacations, and it's just like you look out over your feet, and you'll start to see all sorts of, interesting stuff, and it relaxes you. And that's at least it's one of my ways of dealing with it. Sounds like you do the same thing.
Just don't step on any fire ant piles. That's the only thing you don't want to do because they hurt.
No, that wouldn't be good. I'm looking over your feet, not stepping on your feet.
Well, yeah. So,
all right. So Rosemary, get that creature of habit down here. And I think that's it for today. So for myself, Rob Moore, stay tuned at 1 o'clock. We'll have a little bit more activity for you. And that's it for today. So long, everybody.
see you later.